to the What You've Been Watching podcast. I'm your host, the always ready and always prepared for everything on time, marvelous Mike Dudley. Joined as always by my co-host, cohort, and younger brother,
MD3 Marcus Dudley checking in on you. What is going on out there in podcast land? Thank you for being with us this evening, wherever you happen to be. We are broadcasting live from the What You've Been Watching studios here in Tallahassee, Florida, right in the shadows of Doak Campbell Stadium near the FAMU campus and all that other stuff. What is it, Bragg Memorial? Sorry, I forgot. But yeah, Michael, you're known for your punctuality. That's why I was laughing in the background. Yeah, the very punctual,
that's right,
marvelous Mike D. Of course. Anyways, what's been up, my brother? How you been, man?
Good. Working hard. We're finally starting to go into the slow season at work, so a lot of free time, getting a lot of cleaning projects done. It's looking good.
Dude, I love a cleaning project at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I take them on if the exchange is like, you don't bother me with tickets while I do this. I will clean all fucking, unless you absolutely have to.
That
but like,
part, right.
I love it.
Like, yeah. I have a hard time initializing the small projects, but if you give me like prep work or something like that to get done, like, I'm gonna get that done so happily. Just leave me alone and let me make queso. I'm happy.
I just love, like, I had to build shelves one time when I was working at a gas station because they got a new beer inventory, and I just stayed in the cooler like all day and just built shelves and stuff. I loved it. I was just like, yep, leave me alone, I'll be making shelves and rearranging beer. So I really enjoyed it. So
I wish I could apply that to my own living situation.
Yeah, dude. They pay you to do it there. That's the difference. Fuck, you think I got initiative here at the house?
I'm off the clock.
Exactly. No, I'm glad to hear it, though. Glad you made it out of the busy season alive.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Another one under the belt.
Yeah, another one. Oh, yeah. Before we get any further in the podcast, let us go ahead and do our shameless promotions, our plugs, as it were. Mm-hmm. You can always find us at whatchabeenwatchingpodcast@gmail.com. Please reach out with all of your romantic queries. Where else can they find us, my brother?
They can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Dudley Bros Podcast, or you can just search the web for What You've Been Watching and look for the colorful banner done by the illustrious M.K. Dudley Art.
That's right. Big shout out to Kesta, always bright, for our intro music. We try to get these plugs out the way before we forget. We want to pay our dues.
Our peoples is the Legion's peoples.
That's right. So thank you to all those. Please, seriously, do write us. Michael and I would love to hear some feedback. And those bingo cards, roll them in. The offer still stands. You will get a dope $5 movie of our selection, and we will make sure that it is awesome. Whether it be a $5 Blu-ray, $5 DVD, or you might just get some $5 VHS, something. Just fill in your bingo cards.
Either way, it's going to be rad.
It's going to be rad, trust me. We'll both make sure that it passes the seal of What You've Been Watching approval. So, and also, before we forget, heal up, Jeremy Renner. We see the statue of you over there, still protected in foil. Heal up. We're rooting for you. Anyways, the reason why everybody tunes in is not to hear our senseless banter, Michael. It's not to hear us gripe about work in busy seasons or slow seasons. The reason why people tune in, Michael,
this ain't what you've been working.
This ain't how you've been working. What bills you've been paying, which is a subsidiary of What You've Been Watching Industries. What would be our banner view? What you've been watching? I guess just Dudley Bros Podcast, right? Yeah.
Dudley Bros Productions Worldwide.
LLC, right. Prestige Worldwide. But no, the $1 million question, why everyone does tune in, they need to know, Michael. Without further ado, what you been watching, my brother? What's been going on?
Been kind of slacking on the movie front a little bit. Been honestly just listening to it, catching up on a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. Did get 2 under my belt this week.
Oh, yes?
Yes, sir. Revisited the old classic, the John C. Reilly autobiographical. Take 3. Biopic. Yeah. The musical. Walk Hard.
You already know, if you've listened to this show at all, that movie is in like the pantheon of our top tier, like Ladies Man, The Pest, Tropic Thunder, Clerks of it all.
It's lots of like fun, silly, stupid characters. And it's very quotable. It's just one stupid saying right after the other, and it's all sophomoric, dumb humor, but it all works.
It's so smart though. It's smart because it
it's
knows exactly
literally,
what it is.
It's literally every tortured artist biopic you've ever seen. It's Walk the Line meets The Doors meets
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles, yeah.
It's all of them rolling in one. Dewy Cox he's every man, and he's no one all at once. You know what I mean? He represents everybody, and especially in the music industry. No, I love that movie. We could talk about that movie anytime on any podcast.
And it's fun because...
Even if you haven't watched it, you'd be like, hey, you know what I've been thinking about? Walk Hard. Will be like, yeah, what's your favorite joke? Tell Walk Hard jokes for 45 minutes to an hour. And they'd be like, well, Kesta, find us on what you've been watching podcast. FMN.com and we're out. So, but no, seriously, what are some of your favorite jokes? Walk Hard. Talk to me about it.
I love the recurring gag of... Tim Meadows is the drummer, and every time that they start challenging Dewey about something, he's always like, and you never paid for drugs. Not once.
Not even once. He's like, you slept with my wife. Shit, you slept with me. I've had very confused feelings about that my whole life. He's like, and you never paid for drugs.
My other favorite joke is, and it's a stupid throwaway joke, but... Basically, long story short, Dewy Cox accidentally may or may not have cut his older brother in half with a machete when they were younger.
And let's be very clear, there is nothing wrong with a little machete fighting.
Nothing wrong with a little machete fighting.
Nothing.
But his dad always blamed Dewey for it. And so he's constantly telling Dewey that the wrong kid died.
Yeah.
And my favorite joke is, like, Dewey tries to reunite with his dad after, 30 years or something like that. And he's walking up to the family farm and he sees his dad just pitching hay into the barn, just singing to himself, the wrong kid died, the wrong kid died. Just the fact that he would occupy his time singing about how much he hated his son and how he wished the other one was alive.
It's brilliant. The dad leaves when Dewey's on his rehab. He's in the hospital on his quote-unquote deathbed or whatever. And he tells Dewey how disappointed he is in him. He leaves the room and comes back in and goes, the wrong kid died. It's brilliant. Now my question is, did you watch, what's the other one? It's American Cox. What is it? I think it's called the unadulterated self-indulgent director's cut. Like the 3-hour version or the 2.5-hour version?
Oh yeah. It's got all the songs in it. It's got
no. I mean, he goes into the 70s where he dates Cheryl Tiegs and then breaks up with Cheryl Tiegs, and more sinks get ripped off the wall. That is the true version. I think it is called American
self-indulgent,
the self-indulgent director's cut or something like that.
It sounds familiar. Yeah,
it's on the DVD, and I probably have 3 or 4 copies of it. It's littered throughout the house in bags somewhere, but that is the one that I always watch. Is the longer version. It's
a great movie, and also in a weird way, it's a great comedy because it's so good at what it does that it actually all the songs, even though they're supposed to be like a parody and mimicry or something like that, they're kind of actually bangers.
They're really good.
They're really well written songs.
No, my friend Mike, and I've mentioned it on the podcast before. We threatened y'all a couple weeks ago or a week ago maybe with redundancy on the podcast. You're getting some right now. But yeah, my friend Mike was always saying, it is a stupid movie. Unarguably, I love stupid movies.
Sure.
But it's a great movie though at the same time. All the music holds up. It's better than it should be. You'll find yourself laughing still. In my dream you're blowing me some kisses. Let's Duet is a great song. Yeah, I would listen to that soundtrack in the car all the time. All the time. Me and my little brother Bootsy. Shout out to the man.
What's up, Boots?
Yeah, what's up, young blood? Little big bro, I like to call him. But yeah, dude, I fucking love that movie. I also... Margot Martindale is in that.
Yes.
And we have a big...
No, Lord!
The way her comedic timing when she says, I'm going to light us a candle tonight.
You go to the store and get us a pack of butter and a candle.
And a candle.
We're going to light us a candle tonight.
It's so...
His brother just died. And his mom's reaction is, we're going to light us a candle
No, she went smell blind. That's what it was.
That's what it was, right.
Yeah, you go smell blind. That's the revelation.
I can't smell. No, that was the same day.
Yeah. It is the same day. Everything happened. That movie knows what it is. It commits to the bit of everything that Dewy Cox does is over the top.
Sure.
There is zero subtlety in anything that happens in that movie. And that's why it's so brilliant.
Like, you know how I'm always saying that that comedy usually works when it's either a straight man in a silly world or a silly man in a straight world? This is all just silly world.
Yeah.
This is there's no straight man in this. It's all just ridiculous Willy Wonka fucking topsy-turvy crazy madness comedy.
It's brilliant. I do want to give a shout out though, and I think I'm inclined to give an underrated performance of the week right here, right now.
Right here, right now? Is it going to Margot Martindale?
I think she already got one for this movie.
Did she?
I think she did. If not,
fuck it, they can share it.
Yeah, they can share. But no, Kristen Wiig as Dewey's 14-year-old girlfriend. Yeah, and
which she repeats over and over.
I'm Dewey's 14-year-old. Yeah, but no, in the long cut, there was a running gag, and there's a lot of running gags in the long cut. Like all the sinks that Dewey comes across, he has to rip off of a wall.
Right.
It just goes on and on and on.
He's just haggard and like leaning on the floor, just smashing one down.
Yeah, he gets exhausted by doing it. He has a room in his house in the long version when he starts to date Cheryl Teagues. It's there's just sinks on the wall. It's hilarious. But no, Kristen Wiig though is so fucking.
I don't think
funny.
I like you very much anymore, Cheryl Teagues.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. But no, Kristen Wiig is so funny in that fucking movie, man. Like, she is just proved once again her comedic chops, and so she gets the underrated performance of the week for that one.
I do believe in you, Dewey. I just know you're gonna fail.
Oh man, like in the long cut, there's a bit where he always writes songs while they're in the middle of an argument,
right? And
it kind of bleeds over into the theatrical version. She's like, "Don't you dare write a song right now." But he does it all the time. Like the line of like, don't leave me. He goes,
she said, don't leave me, Edith. That's a good song title right there, Dewey. And he goes, it's not a bad title, but still don't leave me.
Don't leave me. Yeah. She's like, it's not about exotic pets. It's about love, you stupid piece of shit. It's so funny, man. No, Walk Hard, I don't know the rating I can give that. It would be...
It gets
2 machetes. It's about all you need for a good machete.
It's not
fight.
Danny Trejo machetes.
No.
Those are actual machetes.
For fighting. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to give it 1 giraffe in lieu of a $10,000 payment.
He said, yeah, what does the joke say? He's like, I'll pay you $5,000. I say, no, you won't. You'll give me that giraffe. And he did right there.
That's right.
On the spot. Hi, Shorty, yeah. Oh, man, no. Walk Hard is, we can always talk about that movie.
Yeah. It's a great mockumentary biopic, but it does it really, really well. And it's John C. Reilly, and he's comedically brilliant.
He should have, I say this a lot, and like we do give out underrated performance of the week. I think he got nominated for a Golden Globe. Like he should have been nominated.
Chicago, yeah.
No. I'm saying for Walk Hard.
Did he?
One of those he got. One of those, not Oscar, but it was one of those he got nominated for a pretty prestigious award.
Sweet.
Didn't win. I think it was a Golden Globe, but don't quote me. If I remember that, that's another fucking weird thing that I just know for no reason. But no, he should have truly been nominated for an Oscar for that movie. He is so fucking good in that movie.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's funny, my dad watched a movie, we'll talk about it hopefully here soon, The Sisters Brothers, with him and John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix. Mm-hmm. And my dad's like, oh, it's so weird to see John C. Reilly play such a serious role. I've always known him to be such a funny man.
Oh, no. He was in Gangs of New York. He was in
Chicago.
Yeah,
he was Oscar nominated for that one.
God, there's
fucking
so many
Thin Red Line, a lot of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a serious. I mean, you can be comedic and still be a serious actor, but
sure.
Was a dramatic actor for most of it, and then.
But yeah, he actually has dramatic chops for sure.
Yeah, he's a fucking. He should have got nominated for an Oscar for Walk Hard.
He's like a better Ryan Reynolds.
I guess.
I don't know why.
It's a weird comp, but sure.
I don't know why I threw that out. That was a weird flex on Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, we're sorry here. The other half of what you've been watching is very sorry, Mr. Reynolds. You keep doing your thing and making those Deadpool movies, and you seem like you're having fun. Mm-hmm. Coaching a soccer or owning a soccer team with Rob McElhenney. So do what you got to do. But yeah, what else have you been watching, my guy?
Oh man, after that I saw the Venom sequel, Let There Be Carnage.
Let There Be Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
What'd you think?
It was pretty much more of the same from the first movie, which I wasn't a huge fan of. It's serviceable, it's passable. It's just ultimately, I think it was too dark. I don't mean in terms of tone. I mean in terms of like the lighting in that movie sucked.
You mean the first one, or
yeah, the first one.
This one's a little better.
This one's a little better on that front, but it's still a lot more sizzle than it is steak. It's very much a CGI tornado of just what else can we throw at the wall and see what sticks without really servicing too much the like whys and wherefores of why characters do what they do. But that being said, Woody Harrelson is awesome in this.
He
is just deliciously awesome.
He's it's funny though, like you were saying that it does kind of like the first one. It kind of parallels Iron Man in the same way of like people get frustrated with Iron Man. Like how many times I'm going to see Tony Stark fight another fucking suit of armor, and like with Venom, it's kind of the same thing. In the first movie, it was like. It was the dumbest idea ever to do it. And I don't know whoever the digital supervisor was of this. I'm not saying fire him, but they need to relook at it. It was like, let's do a super dark gray symbiote and a black symbiote fighting at night on a catwalk in a rain. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? There was a cool shot of them like both hitting it sit with the sonic thing, and both people are revealed inside the symbiotes. Or
they're splitting apart.
Yeah, and that was kind of cool, but like, it was a long way to get there, and I had it was like a Transformers movie. I lose track of which robot I'm rooting for. It was like,
and it's very much more of that in the second movie.
It's a little better. It's in terms of like the quick cuts.
Because this one, in this one, at least one of them is bright red.
Exactly.
So they solved it with that. You can sort of tell the difference. But even still, it's everything happens at night. Everything happens in floodlights. Everything happens in like really harsh, sharp contrast of shadows and stuff like that. So is
this the great rehashing? We've definitely I know we talked early on about when I first saw this movie in theaters a long time ago. I think we might have talked about Walk Hard on that same episode. Is this the great rehashing, Michael? Is it happening finally?
The great deja vu?
The great deja books.
Didn't you ask me that already?
I bet I did. No, I agree with it though, man. It's the only thing I'll give Andy Serkis for credit for. Well, one, you're the fucking man.
Of course.
That's first and foremost. And I will watch that movie again just to support whatever you got going on. But he did kind of do some things that I appreciate. He really did look at like classic comic book panels and go like, I want to shoot that exactly.
Right.
Like with Shriek and Carnage in this position because it's a classic like splash panel. And he did that. Like them in the church and everything like that. Ultimately, I mean, I guess Venom's catalog isn't that deep, when it comes to villains.
Right.
It's either like bad Spider-Man villains or just goons, or other
symbiotes.
Yeah, or other symbiotes. Until Null came along, which Null was like a Marvel Universe threat, not just like a. Well, anyways, I'm geeking out. His bench isn't that deep, and I feel like if we're gonna do Carnage, can we do Maximum Carnage? And can we get Spider-Man in on it and
possibly Captain America, possibly
like Black Cat and like Silver Sable and Cloak and Dagger. And...
I mean, you're not wrong in terms of Sony's been looking for a chance to try and expand their universe and sort of do their own thing like they're doing with Marvel. I don't know why they're pinning it all on the Sinister Six and Morbius and bringing in Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Like, honestly, Maximum Carnage would have been a great excuse to do that. It's a great time to bring in, the doppelganger Spider-Man, the demonic doppelganger, or to bring in Hobgoblin, or to bring in, we can't do Green Goblin, but we can do Hobgoblin, or we can do Shriek, or we can do Carnage, we could do Black Cat, we could do...
there's a lot.
We could do Scorpion, the Lizard, all this stuff.
They own all the rights. So, I don't know. It's an alright movie. I appreciate it for what it was. They did some comic booky things that I was like, alright. But I think my issue with the Venom franchise in terms of the movies, not the comic books, is just when I've read Venom, all the Venoms that have ever caught my attention have not tonally been like that. This movie's very silly, and I understand they're trying to sell to a larger audience, but I'm not saying every comic book has to be gritty and I don't need that at all.
Well, no,
but he's the lethal protector, man. Right. He's a loner. He's and he is in the movie, and I give Tom Hardy all the credit in the world. Like you were talking about Woody Harrelson. Mm-hmm. He has a blast doing it. It's fun watching him act against himself.
They look like they're having a good time doing it, but I don't know. It's way too slick for what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's, instead of trying to be the gritty, violent, anti-hero movie, it also wants to be a comedy, and yet it also kind of wants to like be able to sell toys,
right.
And so like you have to cater to kids at that point,
right?
So it's this it just never really fully decides what it wants to be, and by doing that, it sort of becomes not very good at anything, kind of really.
Yeah, they also don't really explain the rules of the symbiote either very well. Like, they kind of do, but they kind of don't.
Oh, no, they definitely repeat over and over again, he hates fire, he hates Sonic. He
no,
hates fire, he hates
I know
Sonic.
that, but, like, it's weird, like, I can't remember if it was the first or the second movie, but, like, it just turns people's eyes into Venom, and it's like, I've never seen Venom do that. Like, they just transform, like, no, it's like a suit. It's supposed to not transform your actual skin and blood into, like, doesn't transmogrify your face into like looking like a symbiote. Like it goes over your face. They just do weird shit sometimes. It's like, what was the point of that? Like I don't get it.
I will say that they do sort of the Venom powers are all over the place, because there's a scene at one point where Carnage is able to like lift up 4 cars at once, and then there's another scene where he gets hit by a car and he flies back like 60 feet. And I'm like, well, that'd be like you throwing a pillow at me. Like, I can lift up 4 pillows at one time, no problem. But if you throw a pillow at me, it's not going to be like, whoa!
Yeah, I guess I can see where... Yeah, I see where you're coming. I mean, I guess I don't really understand how physics works.
That's just one example. But
no, I gotcha. I mean, again, I'm sure somebody out there is screaming, like, physics is this! But we're simple folks.
And to
here
them I say... Shut up, nerd.
Yeah, you different type of nerd than we are, nerd. You like Harry Potter and we like Marvel.
Why don't you go shit in your sorting hat?
Yeah, no. No, I will say I did like the end credit, or not the end credit, but the towards the end. And I mentioned this if you're like, this is like a rehashing for me, but
it's okay.
When Venom's laying on the ground and he's saving Michelle Williams or whatever, and he's lowering her down, and Carnage is just stabbing the shit out of him, like, repeatedly. And he's just like, like, there's no blood or anything. But it's like, if you think about what's going on, like...
It's violent as fuck.
He's fucking him up. And it's also just fun to watch the scene where, like, Eddie Brock gets Venom back, and he, like, gets all riled up. Like, all right, let's go fight him. And then they jump in the church, and he's like, it's a red one. You didn't tell me it was a red one.
He says, bail.
Yeah, bail. I enjoyed that joke. But yeah, it's cool though. Shriek was fine. It's pretty mediocre as a film though, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it was cool. It's whatever. So what do you rate it?
I'm going to rate it. So many dead chicken heads.
Yeah.
So many dead chicken heads.
I would rate it a thwap and not a thwip. You know what I mean? It's like the Kmart.
That's a subtle. Yeah. That's like the Wish version.
Yeah. Instead of sninked, it's snacked.
Snacked.
Yeah. The comic book readers will understand what I just said. So, but yeah, it was a pretty good one.
And to them we say, shut up, nerds.
Shut up, fellow nerd that we partake into. Anything else on the list, or?
That's it, man. That's pretty. Other than that, I've been watching Battlestar Galactica, trying to keep up with that. Slowly working my way through it. Making my way through The Witcher. Henry Cavill is delicious, and I want to see more of that.
Yeah, you don't after season 2.
Spoilers. Well, don't worry. I'm sure he's going to go be Superman, so it's going to be okay.
Oh.
Now I'm sad.
You're like, and I'm not a Warhammer fan. He's going to crush that, though. We talked about it. But
here's a word from our sponsor, Sorrow.
Yeah. Sorrow. Join the club. Oh, man, that's pretty funny, though. So I guess I'll just take over then.
I was going to say, what you been watching?
There it is. That's the magic invitation I'm looking for. First and foremost, football, but I'll spare you all that.
How them Birds doing?
We had a bye week, so we'll be playing the New York Football Giants, the G-Men, coming up here. So that'll be fun to watch. But the season's almost over, so you guys don't have to deal with it anymore. I'll spare you all that. But
then we get into football.
Yeah.
And by that I mean goal.
World Cup's over too. So,
shit.
Yeah. No, I've been watching the same usual stuff, tuning it out with cartoons. I still have 330 something days to watch all the final finale of BoJack Horseman. So we're not there yet.
Okay.
But
it's only like 13 episodes, bro.
No, it's only got like 6 to watch. But I'm gonna watch it through.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do a deep BoJack dive.
Okay. To be honest, I haven't started Schindler's List either. So
I figured that wasn't even on my list, but I still got to watch that movie too. So, but no, I've been watching Family Guy, the typical, just like what do you do at the end of the night. Just kind of. I really am come to a conclusion. I really do think I like the early Family Guys a little bit better. Like,
why so?
I think I like the fact that they got like they did seasons 1, 2, 3, and then they got canceled. Mm-hmm. And when they came back, they just doubled down on all of the cutaways. Because but I kind of like have a special place in my heart for seasons 1, 2, and 3, like the originals before. Like they always did the cutaways. That's been their thing, but that wasn't like the entire show.
Sure.
And then when they came back, they were just like, we're doubling down on what works, which is good for them. But I kind of like those first 3 seasons, man. It's just a little, I don't know. I don't really know why. There's more heart to them, I think.
Is it because they weren't so dependent on the cutaways, do you think?
Maybe. I think so. I think
like in terms of it was a little bit more plot driven as opposed to like, well, just we can do a cutaway and just insert random joke here.
Pretty much. I think yeah, it just became a different show at that point.
Sure.
And some of the cutaways, I mean, always in Family Guy, some of them are just going to miss. That's just what happens. At least they might be hilarious to somebody else, but to me, some of them just miss. But as for as many misses as they have, some of them just fucking hit, and you're like, that's fucking hilarious. And
I'll never understand the whole the bit where they would cut to old episodes of Hee Haw, and they'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty. And then they would just hold on it and do an entire performance from Hee Haw of Conway Twitty. I'm like, I mean, that's cool, but like, I'm not really into Hee Haw, and I don't give a fuck about Conway Twitty, and like, now I'm just annoyed. Yeah. Like, you guys literally took a 12-minute script and stretched it into 18 minutes because thank God for Conway Twitty.
Yeah, and it's funny to 4 people, you know.
Yeah.
And then it becomes funny because it's like, oh, it's not funny, and it becomes, you know, the cycle of comedy.
Oh, I'm sure Seth Green and his friends were laughing their asses off every time it happened. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not going to complain about people making jokes for their own benefit.
Yeah, no, that's
what's the whole point of the fucking podcast.
Right.
But there does reach a point where like it becomes self-indulgent at that point.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate, like I said, I just like the fact that it was more dependent on structure. And again, when they came back, I appreciate some of those early seasons too, up to about season 6, 7, and then it, just like everything else, it kind of becomes a shell of itself at a certain point, and it's just like a little too dependent on like. Seth MacFarlane always said that his goal, and I think he has done a pretty good job of it, was to make it like The Far Side, in the sense of like it is so non sequitur, and there can be a joke at any time, at any place, in any universe, in any scenario,
sure,
and like make that funny. And like that is truly The Far Side, you know. So if that was his goal, he definitely succeeded at that. So I just been kind of chipping away at that, but give it a couple Pawtucket Patriots the early season for a review. Other than that, I went and watched. I didn't plan on staying up this late and watching it.
Of course, that's always how it happens.
But I forgot how long it was too. But fucking Wedding Crashers.
Oh, really?
Dude, that's a really funny movie.
Motorboater? You little
motorboat son of a bitch. Vince Vaughn, man, when he fits the part, you can't. He is like, oh, I need a Vince Vaughn type. Just hire Vince Vaughn, because if it's something he can sink his teeth into and really be that guy, the fast talking, da 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 da, like there's no one better. Like he's fucking hilarious. Like, and actually Owen Wilson's really funny in that movie too. Like the line about what are we doing out here when they're quail hunting? And he's like, yeah, in the 15 years I've known you've been secretly sneaking off every weekends to go on little private hunting excursions. I don't even know what the fuck a quail is.
No,
his delivery on it.
Do you know what you're doing? He's like, yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
I've been sneaking away for the past 15 years. No, I don't even know what the fuck a quail is.
His delivery on that's great. Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
What are you doing? A little two-hand touch? Blam! Fuck!
Yeah. He tells him, I've been dry humped up and down the field all day today. If you don't mind, Big Daddy's going to just recharge his batteries real quick. I'm going to eat, but it's not with you. I'm going to sit over here. Yeah, he crushes it, man. It's a fucking really funny movie, man. And obviously...
It was my first Asian!
My first... Erroneous. It's erroneous.
Erroneous.
Yeah, erroneous. But yeah, I stayed up and watched that, man. That is a fucking really funny movie. And that movie is deserving of all the fucking cash that it made. $300 million movie it made. So.
And Rachel McAdams is totally charming and beautiful in that.
You believe the Owen Wilson Rachel McAdams connection, definitely.
Oh, sure. Especially when she finds out, basically, like, the whole twist at the end.
Yeah, like these guys aren't who they say they are.
Yeah, and she absolutely rejects him, and it's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, like,
I mean, they kind of lose in the end where he makes that huge declaration of love, and she's like, all right, I buy it.
Yeah, she loves him. It's whatever. But that's the whole point of the movie, is like, you believe at a wedding that you're in the presence of true love.
Right.
And so when he goes to Vince Vaughn's wedding at the end, and like Bradley Cooper, I love, by the way,
Isla Fisher.
Yeah, Isla Fisher. Yeah. She's pretty funny. She's married to Sacha Baron Cohen. But no,
my wife.
There you go. Borat joke. Put that on your bingo card. That's the only time that'll ever be filled out.
No, that's
like a free play right there.
One right there.
That's a free play right there. But no, when Bradley Cooper charges down the aisle and Vince Vaughn lays him out, that's a fucking great scene. He's like, that's enough of this shit, and he charges and BOW! Just fucking leaves his feet. It's a great scene. But yeah, like, the whole point of it's like, you believe in that, like, the little speech that he gave Rachel McAdams, kind of like the setup for the finale, is like, you believe that you're in the presence of true love, and that your recognition of love is just your recognition of your soul's counterpart in another person.
Sure.
There's actually a really good line of dialogue. It's pretty, I don't know where it's from. It might have been from one of the writers, but fucking pretty good line of dialogue. Movie's just got a lot of heart, man. Like, fucking Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman's in it. Christopher Walken.
That was Dr. Quinn. That's right.
She's in it.
Do these look real to you?
She's like, call me Kitty Cat. Okay, Kitty Cat. Yeah, Vince Vaughn's the shit, though. I just think I like to see him in all of his swingers-esque glory, which is another great one. So, Wedding Crashers, I will ring the wedding bells 17 times. 17 times. You understand what I'm getting at.
I'm going to give it one sweaty sock stuffed in my mouth.
Ooh, yeah. That you've been, what do you say, getting dry humped up and down the field all day. Yeah, it's a good one. I also watched another comedy classic, about, I'd say about, more than 2/3 of it. Superbad.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking all-time classic, dude. That movie is so fucking funny. Like,
It might be the Dazed and Confused of our generation.
I really do believe that.
You know, it's in as much as, very similarly, Dazed and Confused is the last day of school, it's the first day of summer.
Right.
Same thing for these kids, and it's kind of Dazed and Confused meets Revenge of the Nerds or Meatballs or something, or not Meatballs, Porky's.
Porky's.
Yeah.
Talking about Meatball.
Yeah, no. Like, hey, it's our last day of high school. We're gonna, if we don't lose our virginity now, if not now, when, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, but it's not like American Pie or anything. It's kind of its own thing, though. It's a little bit of an adventurous tale too, of like the quest to get laid, or and all the side quests of we have to get liquor to do it, and like there's just so many.
Yeah, you got to position yourself at the right time, at the right party to impress the girl, so that you can possibly put the P in around the V, maybe the mouth area.
She wants Seth's own dressing. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And fucking Bill Hader. He is so fucking funny in everything, man. Like, he plays the other cop to Michael.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen. Michaels, he calls him. Yes, Michaels, now you will die. Like, he's just fucking genuinely very funny. Bill Hader is fucking very underrated, in my opinion. But, yeah, Superbad's fucking funny as hell, man. I hadn't seen it in a while, and I think Sawyer was watching. He started it and then paused it, and I came in, like I said, probably about 30, 40 minutes into it, and just caught the whole tail end of it, and fucking... One of my favorite joke in that movie, and I still say it sometimes, is at the very end when they go to the mall after the party, after they get drunk or whatever, and all the adventure ends, and he's trying on pants for college. Jonah Hill is, and he's like, "Are these pants too? I don't know if I can do skinny jeans. Are these pants too tight?" He's like, "What about my junk? What about my junk?" He's like, "Yeah, I can definitely see it. It's very defined in there." And this is my favorite joke. He goes, "I know, it's like a division sign. It goes ball, dick, ball, and you can see it all right there." Fucking great joke. Fucking great joke. It makes me laugh.
Visually descriptive joke. Yeah.
I laugh every time I hear it. Just talking about a division sign. So, oh man, I will give that 32 bottles of Gold Slick liquor.
Ooh, the one with the gold flakes?
The one with the gold flakes. That's right, my brother.
I'm going to give that... I was going to give it 1, but I'm going to give it 2 fake Hawaiian IDs.
Oh, by the way, yeah, we gotta address the character of McLovin. Like, how iconic that shit is.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And a lot of that is based on a true story.
What's with the vest? You look like Aladdin.
He said, Fogel is so fucking funny in that movie. He thinks that he wins a lot of these arguments. He says something about like, what are you going to do if I walk away right now, Seth? He goes, I would take a knife and I'd cut your fucking face off and wear it on my own and go in and buy the booze myself. And his comeback is he goes, ha! You don't have the medical background or the steady hand to kind of pull off some kind of feat like that. So there.
They give him shit about...
And he thinks that that's a win.
The name on his fake license is Mohammed McLovin.
No, it's just McLovin.
No, just right.
It was like, going to be Muhammad. And
he's like, it's the most popular name on the planet, asshole.
He thinks that he wins all of these conversations is the best part about that character. Is like he's like, that was a slam dunk back on Seth.
He's like, McLovin, like a singular name? Like, what are you, fucking Prince?
Yeah, exactly. What are you, Seal? Yeah, no, the character of McLovin will stand the test of time, and I understand that Christopher Mintz-Plasse, or Place, however you say his name, is kind of like, he's very grateful, but like he knows the fact that he's always, there's no escaping that.
Sure.
And it's funny because a lot of the stories that are in Superbad, like Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, I think his name is, started writing that when they were like 15 or 16.
Right.
And so a lot of the things that happen in that are all true stories. Like if you look in the credits, the young lady, her name in the credits is Period Girl. And that's forever going to be on her acting resume in IMDb for life. But that's a true story. They were the people on the couch that watched that happen to somebody. And so that's why that happened. A lot of like, they knew somebody that did the McLovin thing, got a fake idea and made McLovin. So it's so interesting in the fact that like it's kind of clerks-ish in a way of like, you write what you know, and like we're going to write our story because we've never seen shit like this happen. And obviously things are exaggerated.
But yet in the same way, like it's all, yes, you've never seen anything like that happen, but it's all strangely relatable. Like maybe that direct thing didn't happen to you, but you definitely have stories that equate to a movie like that. Maybe not all in one night that happens to them. But if you think about every dumb high school teenage party you went to during your entire lifetime, you probably have about 90 minutes, 2 hours worth of a movie's worth of stories.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
And it's all shit that, like, again, happened specifically to you, and no one would believe you if you told them that it happened. But yet, everybody you tell it to has kind of a similar story. Yeah.
No, I hear you. And some of those things, like, I without getting into them myself, I have stories that you'd be like, oh,
I want names. Go ahead.
Well,
name them.
Nah, just like that. She's a freak like that. True story. Shout out to Mike Wins. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, give me your energy.
Yeah, all your energy. Yeah, there's all kind. Shit that's almost too wild to like. When you hear it, you're like, that can't be made up because it's too fucking wild. Right. You know what I mean? Right.
I'm not calling you a liar, but I also it's
gotta
so,
be true.
It's so strange that. There's no way that can't not have happened.
Yeah, it's so like, okay, cool. So that movie's kind of that. And also I relate to one of the scenes when Michael Cera, he tells Becca that he likes her or whatever. He's like, okay, Becca. And he accidentally punches her in the boob. And he goes to walk away. He's like, okay, Becca, talk to you later. And they're walking in the same direction, but he wanted the conversation to end. So he just walks like twice as fast as her to get away. I have done that. I told a girl I liked her. I was like, I like you. You're really cool. And then we ended up turning, and she went to go the same way to class.
We're going to the same class.
Yeah, and or not the same class, but going in the same direction. And I just like walked full, like aerobic speed to get away from the conversation. So a little story about myself embarrassing myself.
I told a girl I liked her, and she laughed.
Yeah, I've had that happen. Oh, you're serious? Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh man. But no, Superbad's all-time classic, man. Fucking really fast dialogue. Please watch it if you haven't. If somebody told me that, and I think a guy I worked with at Wawa in Maryland, shout out to it's a Christian, or Chris, I like to call him, his big homie. He told me like that's one of his favorite comedies of all time.
I buy it.
And it's like, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Like it has all the markings of like, yep.
Sure.
Yeah, really all-time classic. The last thing I watched, and we can do this and then we'll take a break, man, because it's going to segue into something a little bit bigger, a little bit better.
Segues.
Yes, sir. I watched John Wick 1 and 2. Johnny Wicks.
Back to back?
Not back to back, but 2 nights.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 nights. I didn't watch 3 yet, but it's happening.
Okay.
I put 1 on because I was folding laundry, and I was like, what's something I can put on that I kind of know. I didn't want to invest in something new.
Sure.
And so I put it on. I fucking just watched the whole thing. I was like, well, fuck laundry. I finished really early. I was like, well, I'm just watching John Wick now. Well, I finished cooking dinner. I guess I'll go do that. So I just cooked dinner, folded laundry, and just watched John Wick 1.
Just watching Keanu Reeves
just snapping
shit necks up while you're stirring the spaghetti.
Yeah, just fucking shit up. Oh, man. Brilliant decision on my part.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the next night, same situation, kind of like, fuck it, what are we going to watch? We're sitting down for dinner. I was like, shit, John Wick 2. Blah! Fired it up.
There you go.
Dude, those movies are legit, man. Like,
I've seen those 2. I have yet to watch the 3rd one, but I want to catch up on that before the 4th one comes out.
Johnny Wick's 4 is coming, baby. Yeah, Parabellum or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. No, that was 3 is Parabellum. Whatever.
John Wick 4, the kick-assery.
Yeah, dude, the fucking get you some, the movie. Those movies work really well. I think in terms of it being a movie, like storytelling, investment in the characters, stuff like that, 1 is probably the best of them. But it's not my favorite.
Sure, well, because 1... And again, I haven't seen the 3rd one. I can only base this off the 2nd one. But the first one tells a complete story. It literally is a revenge story.
Yes.
So,
yes. And revenge is extracted at that point.
Sure,
yes.
sure. And they definitely leave a little stinger, leaving themselves open for like sequelization and stuff like that. But it's the most complete movie in terms of here's the character, here's the motivation, here's the rules of the world, and sort of exploring that and defining those terms in terms of like, who is John Wick? What does he want? What are the rules of the world?
A little bit. I agree, and I think I know where you're going with this, if I may interject. I think 1 goes, here's the character, and here's the motivation.
Sure.
And you really care for it. Like when they kill his wife, or you find out his wife dies, and then these 2 idiots come, these fucking Goon A and Goon B, because you have to have Goon A and Goon B, or else movies don't work. Which anytime Goon A and Goon B are in a movie, they're usually my favorite characters. We've talked about that before, so I'll spare you. But they come and they
hijack his car.
Hijack his car, break into his house, and just kill his dog. And you find out that like the dog was given to him from his dying wife, being like, "This is the last thing. Like this is my chance of hope. This is something for you to love."
Right.
It's like my final gift to you on my deathbed.
Right. Basically, like, you can love again. Here's how.
Yeah, here's how, and I'm going to teach you. And they come in and kill the dog. And now the dude just has nothing to fucking lose. And
that scene where he's literally smashing up the concrete tiles.
I got basement. Goosebumps. Yeah, no.
And he's just sweating his ass off, and he's pulling out this huge, like, ammo box just full of weapons and guns and awesome ass fly suits.
I didn't want to do this again. Yeah, and he's and in the background as that's going on, that montage of him literally digging up, like he almost buried that person. It's symbolic of like from the casket must arise. Like I buried that person.
He's resurrecting the life once lived.
Yeah. And in the background, they have the narration from the Russian guy saying like he's fucking Baba Yaga. He's the guy you send to kill the boogeyman. Like,
so the Russian guy is the dad of the guy who stole John Wick's car and killed the dog. And he's basically telling his son like, there's nothing I can do. Like, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's a gangster scene. He's like, what will happen? He's like, what do I do, Pop? He goes, he will come for you.
Right. He says, you die with dignity. You die with honor.
Yeah, he's like, what's going to happen? He's coming for you. Like, that's what it is. And it's got John Leguizamo in there. And
Johnny Legs!
Johnny Legs. He's in the pantheon of greats in our What You Been Watching catalog. When he shows up, he's Mauricio in the movie. The kid steals the car. He drives it up to John Leguizamo's little shop.
And he slaps him.
He cusses at John Leguizamo, and he's like, do something, you know. He's like, do you have any idea whose fucking car you stole? He's like, get it out of here. And he goes, you work for my father. He's like, what the fuck you say, little man? Like, hold up. Chuck Norris very much, so hold my shit real quick. And he's like, no, I work with your father. I do not work for your father. This is my shit. And he talks one more and he punches him dead in his mouth. And his buddy pulls a gun on him. He's like, please do it. Please kill me over the transgressions that happen in you come into my shit with a car that I don't want to do, and you pull a gun on me, please do it. Like, please do it. If not, get the fuck up out of here. And they do. And of course, John Wick rolls up, and he's like, he asks Maurice, he walks up to John Leguizamo, and he's like, before he says anything, John Leguizamo grabs a bottle of scotch and just pours it to him and hands him one. And he goes, "Where is it?" He goes, "I don't have it." He's like, "Do you know who does?" "Yes, I do. Here, and I'll tell you." He's like, "But I got nothing to do with it. Like, don't fucking take your."
I want you to know, I was trying to mitigate this situation.
Yeah, I tried to. It's the big boss's kid, and he's like, "Fuck." And he's like, "What are you gonna do, John?" He's like, "You know what I'm gonna do." He's like, "Yep, well, cool." And it's off to the races. Yeah. And so you got your motivation. And then you find out all you've heard up to this point is stories about John Wick. You've heard he once killed a man in 3 men with a fucking pencil. They say it in the first and second movie. And so you just heard it. And then now you have everything is untethered. It's like, go.
Right.
And this movie fucking soars, bro. Like
you got really excited about that.
I love that movie, dude. It's go. And you're like, I've seen attempts at gunplay like this, but it's always been a little bit fictionalized. This is...
In terms of, like, the John Woo of it all.
The John Woo, like, Equilibrium, where, like, gun fu. This isn't the first time you've heard the terminology.
Right, even the
gun
Matrix,
fu.
something like that. Right. Yeah, where it's gunplay as a martial art as opposed to, like, a tactical sort of, like...
This shit is, like, take a very small sip of beer every time he shoots someone in the face. Like, you can tell, like, he's not playing with these people. It's like, he goes in, he rolls around with these dudes on the ground, like... Well, first, before that, it's go when they send when the dad finds out who it was, he's like, send your best men, and the kid, like, he already knows, like, dude, I have to try to protect my son, but fucking you idiot. He sends a hit squad into John Wick's house, and it does not end well for any of those dudes. It's like 24 dudes, or maybe a dozen. And you just start seeing him like he's not playing with these people. It's like, I'm going to break your arm and roll around here, and I'm going to use you as a shield, and the second your little buddy pops up, bow, just straight to the face. I'm not playing with... And then as soon as... While I got you here, and then I put a gun betwixt my legs and just bow. And then, like, on to the next. I'm not wasting my time fucking getting in duck and dodge shootouts. Like,
Right. I love the video of... There's a behind-the-scenes video that's floating around YouTube, and it's Keanu Reeves at the gun range.
Oh, yeah.
When he was doing training. And basically, he unloads, like... He's hitting targets, emptying clips, hitting full center mass because he trained for, what was it, like 4 months, 5 months,
however
something
long
like that.
it was, I don't know. But he's also the most dedicated dude. Like, from the Matrix, they're like, when we were doing kung fu shit, and like everyone says this about actors, he was the first one in and the last one out every day. So anyways, go. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. But he brought that same dedication to the gunplay in terms of apparently Keanu Reeves really wanted to bring to this a sense of like entertainment and going big and going bold, but also grounding it in reality. Like, he didn't want it to be just like flying ninja kicks and this, that, the other. He wanted to be like, okay, if you were literally the most well-trained individual on the planet, how would you go about handling gunplay?
Right. I think he also, because it was David Leitch and Chad, I'm going to butcher his last name, so fill that bingo box. Chad Stelsky, however you say it.
Sure.
Or they're kind of co-directors, but they only credited one, Chad Stelsky. But David Leitch went on to do Deadpool and a bunch of other shit too.
Sure.
But here nor there. They were stunt doubles for Keanu and like organized stunts for him in like a lot of the movies. One was the guy when they're in the Matrix and Agent Smith has him on his back and he's like, the train's coming, and he says, that's the sound of inevitability, that's the sound of your own death. And he's like, you hear that, Mr. Anderson? My name is Neo. And he jumps and he pushes his back into the ceiling of the that was one of the guys that directed fucking John Wick.
Cool.
For that stunt.
Right.
Weird story to get there. I've watched behind the scenes of The Matrix a lot of fucking times. So, big fan. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But
we did talk about that.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Welcome to the Great Rehashing.
Yeah, the Great Rehashery. But yeah, so I think when it came down to these guys, when it came to his relationship with those two directors, with those two guys that were stunt doubles, I really do believe, and I think he might have been able to do this anyway just because he's a dedicated guy, but he wants to give these guys who gave him so much in terms of the Matrix and doing these stunts for him and all that, he wants to give it their all. Like, he's like, dude, of course you're going to direct a movie. Like, I'm your guy. Like, fucking let's do it.
Right.
And they pretty much said, we don't want to do this with anyone else but you, because we know your dedication. And like we know what we're getting when we sign on for this. And so it's like fucking match made in heaven.
Yeah, see what happens when you work hard and actually dedicate yourself to the craft as opposed to just like, well, I'm just going to make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
And like you actually care about being an actor and learning new skills and doing the things. Like it's why Tom Cruise is going to have a career for the rest of his life or until he kills himself. Same reason why Keanu Reeves is going to have a career. Same reason why Nicolas Cage is going to have a career. Same reason why, like, all these traditionally, like, out there, out-of-the-box thinking actors...
that are quote-unquote weird dudes or whatever.
Or bad actors or weird dudes or whatever. Like, they're going to have jobs. They're going to work for the rest of their life because they're always putting another arrow in their quiver. You know what I mean? Just one more piece of ammunition that they can use... in the brutal industry that is entertainment.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it, man. Absolutely. And I'm here for it. And we talked about how the first movie set up the character. All right, you get a little taste of the world. You get kind of, it's underbelly. It's kind of, and no, I don't mean this as a slight towards the movie. It works fine. But it's kind of a dime a dozen when it comes like, oh, it's the Russian mafia. Cool.
Sure.
What makes this world different is the second movie. And that's when you start seeing, you see a little bit of it in the first movie, where you start seeing these little gold coins come out. And it's like,
right.
Then they expand the world in
the
number
table,
two.
The high table, the secret society of assassins, basically.
Yep. And you have a blood oath, which the dude cashes in, which I'm not going to get into the plot of the second one. You start to learn more about the world in number two. And it's fun to watch it expand. But like,
yeah, it's very much The Empire Strikes Back in terms of the first movie, A New Hope. You bear witness to the Force, you get a little bit of understanding about it, and then in Empire, they're really expanding, going like, okay, you know what the Force is. Now we're going to explain all the rules and the mythology and the history thereof and like how exactly everything is interconnected.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. And then, so they're expanding it in 2. And in 3, it's like, you know the rules. We've seen the stakes from the end of number 2. Spoiler alert. They introduced the Continental. The Continental is a hotel. It's in the first one as well. But it's kind of like the sacred place. Yeah. And it's like you cannot...
It's like holy ground.
You cannot conduct business on continental grounds. Well, John Wick, after all that, the guy that he needs to kill, who sold him out, goes and...
hides at the Continental.
He hides at the Continental. He has some comment about like, ooh, I heard they have French chefs here. And I heard a man could live here for several years at a time and never eat the same meal twice. And he's pretty much saying, John Wick, like, I'm not leaving this place until I know I get safe passage. And I'm not, taking off the contract on you. So John Wick just fucking pulls a gun and shoots him right then and there. And he's like, dude, you're excommunicado. Like, you in 1 hour, like, I'm doing you a favor.
Right, here's your head start.
You're
right.
Yeah,
right.
no service can be rendered to you.
The head guy of the Continental is basically like, you are no longer a member. You got to leave. You forfeit all rights.
Yeah, anyone that offers you services in 1 hour is officially on the shit list too. And that's how 2 ends. And 3 goes, okay, you know the world. He's a man with nothing. Go play. What damage can a man with nothing left except his own life, who is the most skilled at his craft in the world, do? So go play.
I can't wait.
And
I can't wait to see this.
3 is fucking so good. In terms of like, yes, the first one, in terms of it being a complete movie, is better. In terms of just raw action, like Go Play, it is fucking like one of the best action movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm fine with them doing, as long as they keep making these movies to the quality they have.
Sure.
I'm going to still watch them. Like, 1, the gunplay was something I'd never seen before. 2, they improved upon it. 3, they're like, oh, he can kill anybody with anything ever. They're like, we're going to put John Wick, and this is a true scene from the movie, on a black horse. First off, he kills like 8 dudes with the horse alone. Like, just making them kick people. It's fucking brilliant.
Really?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Dude, it's fucking incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then they're like, we're going to put him on...
Horse murder. I love it.
Yeah, he kicks the dude dead in his chest. Blah! Like, dude flies back through the barn. Great.
I love it.
It's fucking brilliant.
That's great.
They're like...
Also, why is there a barn of horses in the middle of L.A.?
Who knows? It doesn't matter. And then he jumps on said horse, and he rides off, and like motorcycle ninjas chase him. And he fucking kills all of them with a pistol and a horse. And they have motorcycles and machine guns and swords, and it doesn't fucking matter. And it's just like, it's fucking incredible. It becomes a Jackie Chan movie after that.
Sweet.
And so, now that the world's set up, yes, like Halle Berry jumps in at number 3, and she's training...
About Halle Berry?
Halle Berry. And talk about the training that that she did as well on the gun range is also very, very impressive. But the training she did with these two big ass German shepherds two big ass German shepherds is incredible. Like they said, the trainer by the end of the shoot, the two dogs would only listen to Halle Berry.
Really?
Like, yeah, it was like she really took that shit and ran with it.
To be fair, if Halle Berry was feeding me treats and stuff, I would probably listen to every word she said.
I'd be a grown dude being like, yep, whatever you say, Miss Berry.
I'd definitely keep her name out my mouth.
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, so as long as they keep making these movies to the same quality, like now that the world is set up and it's a giant playground, like please keep making them. So yeah, I watched 1 and 2. As you can tell, I got very passionate about it. Yeah. I am down to watch 3 with you whenever. I will watch them whenever.
Let's go, dude.
Want.
Let's do it. Can we do that before it's Pat?
We'll see. I did say, I went back and listened to the other podcast. I do say that we're watching Pat February 2nd.
Oh, good. That's the day we're watching it.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was the day we were going to release it.
No.
Oh, good. Thank
maybe.
God.
Maybe. I don't know. Look, you might have just walked yourself into it.
Shit.
Told you it's inevitability.
You are inevitable.
Thank you for those who also paid attention to the Facebook post about It's Pat. All the feedback there really made me laugh. So I really appreciate that, y'all. Keep coming at Dudley Bros Podcast on Facebook. But yeah, man. So I brought all that up because I want to ask you a very real question. We'll take a break here and we'll get back to it. But I think the John Wick trilogy is sneaking into my favorite action films of all time.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I really do. After watching 1 and 2, it made me remember 3 a certain way. And I just said some of the things I said. Like, he kills like 8 dudes with a horse. Like, they were like, oh, let's put him in a knife shop. Yes, what a setting for this type of movie. An antique knife shop. Yeah, let's do that.
But again, that's perfect setting. Like, why
brilliant.
wouldn't you?
It's brilliant. And so with that being said, I think it's sneaking into some of my favorite action films of all time. So I want to ask you, when we get back from break, what are some of your favorite action films of all time? If you can give me 5, does that sound about right? A couple honorable mentions, maybe?
As long as you can give me another 5, I think we can work that out.
I think we can do that. We are going to take a break from our sponsor, Board Games. When we get back, board games, man.
All right, sounds good.
And we are back from our sponsor, Board Games.
Board Games. Is your power out? That's why you bought them.
That's exactly right. Oh, man. Some good board games out there. Big Risk fan over here.
I'm a big fan of Scooby-Doo Murder Mystery Jump-Off, a.k.a. The Betrayal in the House on Haunted Hill.
That's a good one, yeah.
Also, I'd love a good game of Parcheesi.
Yeah. Never played Stratego in my life. Probably would like it. Anyways, cool. Board game jokes, Jesus Christ.
We are scraping the
we're
bottom
scraping
of the barrel
the bottom. We got to get some new
for
sponsors.
some better sponsors.
Yeah, these are very real sponsors, too. I have, So, anyways, real checks being cashed from Big Game Piece. Anyways, Michael, you're joking about Big Sandwich that one time I still laugh about. Or getting a check from Big Sandwich.
That's right.
That was fucking great.
Do you have 2 pieces of bread?
Yeah.
You have a sandwich.
You have a sandwich.
The object to your left is now a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a good one. Real money, though. Real sponsors. Anyways, I digress. We left you off from our sponsor, Board Games, and I was asking about some of your favorite action movies of all time, given the segue that we had from the Johnny Wick trilogy. As you can see, I got super worked up about it. I was very passionate.
You did.
That conversation went on off mic, and I was raising really good points. But B-side tracks.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, so I think I just wanted to clarify when we were talking about this. I think it's easy for us to go online and for us to go, like, what are the best action movies of all time?
I don't want to do that.
Because then you have to put certain shit in there, and is it like, I want to know your favorite. Like, what are some of your favorite action movies?
I do have a list, and I'll tell you, my criteria is not necessarily the best action movies of all time. My criteria is, if you mention this movie, I want to watch it right now.
Yeah.
Like, if you mentioned, whatever, like, oh my God, why are we not watching that right this second? Jaws is a big one for me. Clerks is a big one for me.
Right.
But to specifically restrict it to action movies.
Okay.
So, I came up with a list of my top 5. I think you might be able to come up with something similar.
Yeah, I got 5 and some honorable mentions. I think
Okay, yeah.
we decided to omit comic book movies because it would probably just be all comic book movies, I think.
Yeah.
Or we tried to limit them. How about that? We tried to limit them.
Right.
Because otherwise it'd be like Iron Man's fucking really high on my list.
Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame.
Yeah.
It would just be dominated by all the Marvel movies because we're shills for that, even though we're not getting paid.
Pretty much. Not yet, at least.
I mean, I'm still hoping out.
Yeah, look, it's gonna have. We gotta clean up our.
Kevin Feige, call me.
Call me.
What's up.
Yeah, we got big ideas. Like that you need.
Such big ideas.
Big ideas.
I don't even care if you sponsor me. Just hear my ideas.
They'll be like, "What's your big idea?" We'll be like, "Doctor Doom." We'll be like, yeah, we know.
Darkhawk.
Put him in the movie. Nova's pretty cool. They're like, yeah, we know. Are you just gonna name characters?
Yeah. Squirrel Girl. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Anyways, tangent once again, doggy style. So yeah.
Okay, so
what was your criteria though? I'm sorry.
So my criteria again, it's action movies to where if you mention this movie, I'm gonna be like, fuck yes, let's watch this movie right now. I got a couple of honorable mentions.
Let's throw those out there first. Yeah.
I'm gonna start with those. So my first one is 36 Chambers of Shaolin.
Oh, Enter the 36. Yeah, with Gordon Liu.
And I only mention this because, once again, if I was to strictly choose all of my favorite action movies, it would probably be all Shaw Brothers films. I mean, you bring in 36 Chambers, you bring in Return of 36 Chambers, you bring in the
Wu-Tang vs. Shaolin, Invincible
Shaolin,
Armor, fucking 8-diagram pole fighter.
I've watched Legend of the, what is it, the Crab Trap.
Oh, you're talking about Shogun Assassin and
Shogun
Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that shit, man. Yeah. No, that's that gangster shit right there.
So it would probably be all
Shogun
Shaw
Assassin.
Brothers films. Yeah,
Shogun Assassin is a fucking great movie.
So
that's not on my list, but that's officially an honorable mention.
So I mentioned 36 Chambers just because it's a great action movie. It's basically Iron Man. It's a man going through trials, trying to learn to become better, and every single trial he goes through, he learns and evolves to the next level to eventually become the master of his own destiny. But also, there's some really good martial arts effects in there. Dude. It's basically what's the main actor? Gordon Liu, just experimenting with nunchucks and tri-poles and
bolos.
Indian burns.
That's your half-baked reference. I'm going to stop telling y'all where they are. Just send the bingo card.
Just start mentioning, half-baked.
Yeah, half-baked. Even on the bingo card, I'm going to stop mentioning it for y'all. Anyways.
But yeah. So it's basically just one big montage after another of him learning weapons, becoming awesome. But I love that shit. It's great. And all the special effects and the slow motion and the sound effects of the like...
Oh yeah, dude. Yep. Some dude just with a microphone doing ADR.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I like bad ADR so much.
Me
it
too.
stems from my
too.
absolute fanaticism of kung fu movies. Tell you a quick story.
Okay.
Quick, rest in peace, Troy Davis. But my Aunt Lorraine moved out to a little town of
TD.
Troy Davis. Yes, sir. Rest in peace. Raise your glass if you got one. Moved out to a little town in Florida called Lloyd. And out there, you didn't get network cable. You got satellite. And so when Lorraine first got satellite, it comes with this like robust package of things that you might want, but it's all on a sample basis. You get a lot of shit for free, and then you kind of are like, oh, I want this. We got something called Kung Fu Action Network. And let me tell you, I remember the phone call that Troy made. It was like, what are you doing? I was like, tell him I'm doing whatever for school. When you get done, I'm coming to get you. I said, why? He's like...
Mind you, you're like, what, 16,
14?
17?
No, I'm like 14. He's like, we got something here at the house. It's called Kung Fu Action Network. And they also had an anime channel.
And you were like, TD, I love all the words in that sentence.
Yeah, and they had an anime channel, and I was putting... He had been in the Clink, so I was putting him on some anime and stuff like that, some other things he liked. But I was hitting him with a bunch of Kung Fu movies. And so he reciprocated the favor. So there was about a month period where I consumed about every fucking 70s. I don't. It's like James Bond movies; they all run together. But like, I watched a fucking lot of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, I'm right there with you on that. With Enter the 36 Chambers. One on mine is very similar. Five Deadly Venoms.
Oh, another Shaw Brothers classic.
That's that shit, man. Come on now. Five Deadly Venoms. If you haven't seen it, just do it. Just go yourself and Google it real quick. Go watch it.
Yeah, it's basically there's a league of assassins that all base themselves off of the
five deadly venoms.
The five deadliest animals on the planet. There's viper, there's frog.
It's snake, frog, centipede,
scorpion,
and fuck.
And fuck?
Yeah, no, I can't remember the other one. Shit, I should know that.
Seal.
Yeah, no, fuck.
Platypus?
Yeah, platypus.
Okay.
In the platypus style. Fuck, I'm really embarrassed I couldn't just rattle those off the top of my head.
We can cut all this out.
No, keep it going. But yeah, I'm like, it's my favorite action movie.
Centipede, frog, snake,
five deadly venoms.
salamander.
Yeah, there it is.
Salamander.
Salamander.
That's it.
Thank
I
you,
remember
thank you.
now.
Yeah,
Salamander.
lizard. Yeah, because he snuck. Yeah. Fuck, I couldn't remember that.
I'm just glad I came up with that before you did.
Yeah, no, thank you. I drew a straight blank there. But yeah, my love of all those movies, like Invincible Armor, 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, all that shit, it's synonymous with fucking action movies to me. So good pull on that one. I'll throw 5 Deadly Venoms off my list as well for honorable mentions. A lot of mine are going to be kung fu flicks because of this.
Mine
Just
too. The
heads
next
up.
one is also a kung fu flick for me, but like in the same vein, Ip Man, the original Donnie Yen movie.
Yeah, Donnie Yen's that dude.
I mean, basically, it's for those not in the know. It's the story of the man who trained Bruce Lee and how he came up in the martial arts world and basically earned his credentials. But it's such fast-paced action, and the fighting style is so different than anything that had come before it in terms of like the 70s. You have the very dramatic, very like kabuki theater, like slow motion kicks and the wah yeah, and this is very much grounded in like almost speed and efficiency, and it's not big dramatic movements. It's the most efficient way to put somebody down. Like there's a scene where Donnie Yen literally just flips somebody over his shoulder and then just punches him in the face about, I don't know,
40 times,
13 times in a row before the guy can even respond. And it's all based on speed and agility and very much like the teachings of Bruce Lee in terms of the Jeet Kune Do, like response and fluidity over rigidity kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Efficiency over flash, but
Right. Yeah, very well put. Efficiency over flash. Yeah.
No, it's fun. I mean, Ip Man's the shit. The entire, I guess there's like 4 or 5 of them now, God, and they've remade it a bunch of times too.
Right. But the first one with Donnie Yen is pretty solid movie.
Shout out to also, I'm not sure exactly what Jet Li movie it was. I think Black Mask is the one that really, which is a weird pull, but that wire fu that he did, I was a big fan of that, man. They obviously adopted it. It fucking like helped spawn the Matrix. And I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but Wu Ping Yun. He's like choreographed everything.
Right,
like,
he did the Matrix,
Kill Bill.
right.
Fucking anything he does is also up there on the list. But yeah, no, I'm fine with it, man. I would say for me, a couple honorable mentions I'll just throw out there. The first introduction I had to Jackie Chan was not Drunken Master. I went back and I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan.
Ooh, put a pin in that.
I know, right? But no, Rumble in the Bronx is an honorable mention.
That's a
for
great
me.
one.
If that movie's on, really any Jackie Chan movie that's on.
Sure.
Rumble in the Bronx to me is like fucking when they're fighting in the arcade and they're throwing the bottles at him and he's punching them. What? That's my shit. So yeah, Rumble in the Bronx is pretty high on my list in terms of honorable mentions. What about you? Give me a couple more.
The last honorable mention I have is a little bit. It's definitely not in the kung fu genre. Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, fuck
that
yeah.
movie is so frenetic
yeah.
and so chaotic and just such an action-oriented, like literally from the opening scene until the closing credits, it is just go, 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 go. Adrenaline-fueled, just the sheer amount of moving parts in that movie. And I mean that literally.
Yeah.
Between the actors and the momentum and the movements, the gears working in the cars, literally the amount of sheer moving parts in that movie is phenomenal. Like, it blows my mind that it took George Miller to redo his own movie and be like, I'm going to one-up you guys.
Yeah.
You know? And he does it masterfully.
Yeah.
And
there's not a lot of perfect movies. It's one of those perfect movies. Like,
I mean, it's perfect in sense of as long as you're not going to be too bogged down in the history and the chronology of the movie and just accept it for what it is in terms of like, here's the plot, here's the basic storyline.
Go.
Here's the sandbox, the literal sandbox that we're going to play in.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's... no qualms there. I'm surprised that's not... you must have a hell of a top 5 if that's an honorable mention.
I think so, but that's one of those to where I would watch that movie right now if anybody watched it. Yeah.
I'll throw out 2 together just because you got to give a shout out to one of the greatest action directors of all time, the incomparable. If you're also on the What You've Been Watching Hall of Fame, motherfucking John Woo. You got to bring up some Johnny Woos in this thing.
There you go.
Hard Boiled.
I might have 1 or 2 in there.
Hard Boiled, I'll say, as one of my
Hard Boiled. Okay.
Mission or The Killer is also that shit. Chow Yun Fat, big shout out to you.
Oh wow, I have not seen
Killer's
that movie about. Wow,
The Killer's the
you
shit.
just blew my mind. Yeah,
dude.
with Chow Yun Fat. Oh
that led into Hard Boiled. But yeah, that, and he also directed Mission Impossible 2, which is by far the greatest of the Mission Impossible movies. Just trust me on that. Go back and watch MI2. It's the shit. Directed by John Woo. Just John Woo doing Mission Impossible. What more can you want?
Yeah, I agree.
And there's one that is really pivotal to me in terms of, I'm not going to give a shout out to the whole movie. I don't know if I can call it an action movie because it's a lot of drama. But when the action takes flight, fucking Heat. Holy shit, man. The heist scenes in Heat, especially when they like rob the bank in broad daylight and they're like, we don't want you, we don't want your money, we're here for the bank's money. Your money's insured. And they have the shootout in broad daylight while they move tactically through the streets. But even, that shit changed action movies for me, bro. Like,
I wouldn't say that that's necessarily an action movie. That scene is action movie, but to me that's more of a drama movie. But even that being said, the scene between Al Pacino and Robert De Niro where they're at the diner and they're basically talking about we're both flip sides of the same coin. Yeah. You just decided on this side and I decided on this side, but we're essentially the same person. Even that scene is filled with so much tension and so much gravitas that...
That's a fucking Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
I mean, like, it's just 2 people talking in a diner, but I could totally see either one of those guys whipping out a gun and escalating it at any point.
Any moment, yep.
You know? Like the tension is that thick.
Yeah. No, like I said, I wouldn't consider that an action movie, but
the action in that is pretty solid.
When there's action on screen, Michael Mann fucking knows his way around a camera, and Heat, Valley Kilmer's as well as in it.
Val Kills.
So again, there is no like The Dark Knight or anything like that, in my opinion, if it wasn't for Heat. Like that changed the landscape of like, holy fuck, like this is what's possible.
I agree. You don't get to The Dark Knight, you don't get to the Robert Pattinson Batman without Heat. You don't get to... I think that was that pre-Usual Suspects? Maybe about the same time?
Maybe about the same time, but yeah, it's... Yeah,
that type of genre just led to
Hell and High Water. It's like, you can see that...
The Joker.
Yeah, the influence of Heat is everywhere. I just want to give a shout out to that. It's
for sure.
Not the whole movie, but fucking...
Again, I don't necessarily consider that an action movie, but...
It's not too far away.
You could make a strong case.
Like even the scene when they rob the armored car in the beginning, and he's like, "What's up, Slick?" Like that shit. You can just tell like this is a tactical group of men that knows exactly. Like they're in and out. When they blow the lid on the back of it, they don't just pilfer a bunch of shit. They're looking for a very specific thing.
Right.
They take that. Oh, also another movie that wouldn't exist without Heat, The Town. There's no The Town with it, which is a fucking great action movie.
Right. Also, shout out to Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, big shout out to Jeremy Renner. Yeah, Oscar-nominated role. But, like, there's no The Town without Heat. Just being real. So, I had to give a shout out to the Heat. Not The Heat, but Heat. So, without further ado...
Also, shout out to The Heat.
The Heat. It's a good movie, man. Melissa McCarthy, Sandra Bullock. Fucking pretty funny movie. What are your... Those were all just honorable mentions. I know it kind of just sounded like us just rattling off shit we like. Because that's what it was.
Yeah,
that's what it was. And then we're going to continue to do so, but now we have an official list. You can do no more searching. These are 5 of mine and Michael's most favoritist action films. Without further ado, you go ahead and hit them, brother.
Okay, so number 5 for me is going to be just a pure adrenaline ride from beginning to end. And it's short, it's sweet, it's direct, it's to the point. It doesn't waste its time on plot. It doesn't waste its time on characterization other than what it needs to do to build the story. It's just straight up action. And you mentioned The Raid earlier, and this is a direct ripoff of that. I'm talking about the Dread movie.
Oh,
Carl Urban.
yeah.
And what's her name? From Game of Thrones.
I don't know. I've never
Lena
Headey?
Headley.
Headley, yeah. I don't know.
It's Headley.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones, but I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah, no, fucking, that's a great movie, man.
Yeah, just straight up action. It's a lot of, it's very much style over substance, but it does the style very, very well.
No, I agree. It's fucking the way he's changed. Like, he talks into his gun and he's like flight mode and it'll fucking shoot vertically, or he's like, fucking napalm.
Inferno mode.
Yeah, Inferno, and it fucking melts people. No, that's a great movie.
I mean, it's Carl Urban and his assistant, I can't think of her name, but
Judge something,
fighting their way up it's basically like a subsidiary housing kind of thing, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's like the ghetto, like but it's
a slum.
Built, it's a slum, but built into like a 40-story tower.
Yeah, Mega City 1,
right? And so it's basically him fighting his way from ground floor to the top floor in order to fight the top boss. It's very video game oriented, it's
straightforward. It's like you said, it is a video game. There's mini bosses and sub bosses on the way up, but yeah. You spoiled one of mine because I hadn't mentioned it yet, but I think you knew I was going to because I talk about this movie fucking incessantly, and it is very much so the same thing. You mentioned earlier about Mad Max, and why Mad Max works is if you look at the plot just simply of Mad Max Fury Road, it's people drive out of a city, get somewhere, realize they need to drive back to the city.
Right.
That's the plot.
Right.
And the action
going from point A to point B,
and then back to point A. And that's what the plot is ultimately. And it's simple, but the way they execute it, the script is brilliant. The script is simple, but the script is brilliant.
Right.
Same thing with Dread, and I think it goes, I was going to save it for a little later, but fuck it, when in Rome. The Raid Redemption.
Oh, did I? I thought you mentioned that already.
No, not yet.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No, you spoiled it. It's fine. No, The Raid. You good, man? You knew where I was going. I talk about the movie all the time. As somebody, as I mentioned earlier, who was a giant connoisseur of kung fu flicks growing up with a very healthy appetite and somebody who really indulged, The Raid has some of the best fight sequences I have ever seen in my life.
For sure.
And it is fucking brilliant. And it's like you said, the plot line is simple. There's a couple twists and turns along the way, but for the most part, it's straightforward. There's a drug boss who's sitting on the 13th floor of a slum
apartment.
A slum apartment. This team of the SWAT team comes in, and they're like, we have to get to the top, but we have to do it without alerting anyone. So at first, like, they kind of creep through the levels. They go up to about level 5, 6.
And then, of course,
they have to shoot a kid in the process because he's running to go sound an alarm. And that sets the whole house off, and their presence is known. And they have to go to the top floor to get this drug lord out. But in the process of doing that, since they alarmed everyone, this drug lord jumps on the loudspeaker and is like, free rent for anybody that brings me a fucking cop. And he's like, oh shit. So now the entire apartment building is barreling down, guns and all, upon this SWAT team as they must work. It's Game of Death, Game of Death, like a Bruce Lee film, ultimately.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty much
he's got to climb the tower.
Yeah. It's Game of Death, ultimately, but in fucking...
Yeah, here's Bolo, here's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, same shit. And it's fucking brilliant. If you have not seen it, whoever the choreographer is, I forget his name. I know it's Iwo. I'm going to butcher his last name. But he was...
Jima?
No. But no, these...
That was more racist than I meant it to be.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, I was going somewhere. But they do the best 2-versus-1 fights I've ever seen, where it's two people taking on one opponent. It is so badass. And there's just Google real quick the hallway fight scene, The Raid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It is. You will be fucking dumbfounded.
Yeah.
It does do a little bit of the like everyone waits their turn to fight, because that's the only way you can kind of it translates into a film. Otherwise, it's just 8 dudes circling around one person punching,
or 20 dudes, just some sharp ass sniper from across the way,
Yeah.
being like, "Blow, problem solved."
Right. So there is a little bit of that, people waiting their turn to attack, but like they undo that by having the protagonist attack that person instead. It's not he's waiting, he's like he dives back into the fight. And it's fucking incredible. Like just Google the raid hallway fight scene and you will not be disappointed and watch it.
One of the things I appreciate about that movie is they don't do the typical action movie thing where the hero goes through all these fights and then every fight he's constantly working at like peak power level.
No.
Like it's almost like John McClane in Die Hard or something like that, where like the further he goes up the tower, the more beat up and haggard he gets. And so like he'll get stabbed in the side and then you'll see him for the rest of the movie like putting his hand on his side and limping up the stairs, or like he'll get his knee taken out and so now he can't kick with that leg the right way. And so like it's a constant, like they're constantly bringing back all these old injuries that he's sustained to emphasize just how fucked this guy is.
He slowly is stripping off all of his SWAT armor because it's getting heavier and heavier, and it's like, fuck, like I need to be able to move. And so it's slowly but surely all of it comes off. Like he takes the first round of dudes with it all on and whatever.
Right, then he takes off his helmet, then it's his belt, then it's his
body armor, and then his knee. And it's just like, the Raid Redemption is by far, in my personal opinion, one of, not just my favorite, one of the greatest action movies that has ever graced the silver screen. So please check it out. Fucking brilliant. What's else, man? You got one down, I got one down.
So speaking of climbing the tower and
like
fighting your way up. Like Game of Death. The Protector, Tony Jaa.
Oh, yeah.
Where he goes to find his lost elephant, who may have been sold to an exotic cuisine restaurant. But again, there's a scene where he's literally climbing his way up the balcony of the restaurant and just taking on people left and right. Again, it suffers from the same thing of people waiting their turn. But also they have this great scene to where he goes into a restaurant and fights people and is throwing people out of the windows, like almost in a very like 1950s Western style.
Yeah, like a bar fight.
Exactly. And like you hear what's happening in the background, but everything's happening behind closed doors and you don't actually see it. And then all of a sudden, randomly, it's just like some dude out of a window, or some dude like being thrown through the lattice work of a fence or something like that. But yeah, Tony Jaa fighting his way, but also incorporating stunts in that very dramatic Jackie Chan style. There's a scene where he literally flips up a glass window as an ATV is chasing him. The ATV crashes through the glass window, and Tony Jaa flips and catches this dude in the chest with both knees and rides him down to the cement.
Yep. I mean, in one take too, man.
In one and no wire work, no green screens. Like, this man actually does what he does.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he is flipping between razor wire and jumping. Like, they have this whole street chase scene where he's jumping over hot walks filled with oil and running through, they have the bit where there's two guys carrying barbed wire on a pole and he just dives through it.
I think you're mixing that scene in Ong Bak, but there is a similar scene in The Protector.
But also, it is pretty Ong Bak.
Yeah, Ong Bak would be on my list, which is I don't know what it was, how I heard wind of Ong Bak, but I remember watching it at our local AMC theaters years ago, and I remember telling everyone that would possibly listen,
it's great,
to like go fucking watch that movie, and that put me on Tony Jaa. And The Protector was his next one that came out, and I was locked in. Was like,
I mean, Ong Bak opens up with a competition of people scrambling up a tree to retrieve, what is it, a golden head or something
like that.
But anyway,
artifact. Something.
It's 10 to 12 people scrambling up this bonsai tree or whatever, and just kicking each other off. But you actually see people taking tumbles and hitting branches.
Yeah, and hitting the dirt. Bow!
All the way down.
Yeah.
Both of those movies really stand up just in terms of Tony Jaa is dedicated to his craft, and
He's an insane athlete, you can tell.
And
Dude was discovered running track and field and doing long jump. And then some guy, one of the choreographer, found him and was like, "I'm going to develop a style of cinema fighting for you."
Oh, really?
And then he took the time, and I'm fucking getting into nerding. I get really into fucking special features.
Shut
and
up,
shit.
nerd.
I know. But like, he didn't know, he was somewhat trained in martial arts, but he really only knew like hands and fists. So he learned Muay Thai. He was already doing boxing.
And learned Muay Thai legitimately. Like, this dude looks great doing Muay Thai.
No, he's insane at it. And but the thing is like, he didn't know weapons work, and so he dedicated. Like, if you watch Ong Bak 1 between 2 and 3, the weapons work in which he does between swords, knives, staves, stuff like that, just elevates. So Tony Jaa is a legitimate fucking athlete. Like, all the long jumps and stuff you see him do, the man does it. So the Protector.
Again, it's him living on the legacy of Jackie Chan in terms of, oh no, I'm actually going to do the stunts that you're going to see in the movie. Like, it's not going to be camera work or wire work or trick photography. I'm going to literally run and jump on a line of motorcycles coming down an alley at me, and I'm just going to walk on their heads.
Yep. Real deal shit. The Protector. Check it out. Starring the great Tony Jaa. And Tony Jaa set the bar very, very high for everyone else who followed. I will, to keep it in the, I guess, I'll just give you one for free first. We mentioned Yo Wing Ping or whatever you say his name, the choreographer. Yes, The Matrix is on my list.
Of course.
Let's just be real. I'm not. There's a whole podcast about it. You can go back and listen to it. I recommend it. It's a little long-winded, but the great rehashery. But I'll say this. I do believe this as well. I think even we joked about earlier, or not joke, we were being serious about, we don't just want to name the greatest action movies of all time. We want to name our favorites. Mm-hmm. I think The Raid is one that kind of crosses over. Of critically, you can say, yeah, it probably is. I think Mad Max Fury Road probably is too. But any critic in the world, if you're just talking about action movies, you got to give it to The Matrix. It is one of the most important action films of all time.
I mean, it redefined the sci-fi action genre. I mean, literally. Yeah. It's become one of those touchstones to where if you're doing a pitch, you're like, it's like The Matrix, but meets Love Actually.
Right. Interesting movie. Yeah. So yeah, The Matrix, it changed action movies fucking forever.
For sure.
It just did. So that being said, that is, of course, on my list. I'd be lying if that movie is on The Matrix. Fuck, I gotta watch it.
Sure.
Really, any of them, but hey, we'll cross those bridges later.
Well, in the same vein, my next one is also one we've talked about, and this should be higher on my list because it won Academy Award for the greatest movie ever.
Yeah,
Highlander.
Yeah, The Highlander. Fucking.
I mean, Christopher Lambert doing swordplay. I mean, you get Clancy Brown as the Kurgan.
He's just the Kurgan. You don't have to say. He's not an actor anymore. He's just the Kurgan. Sean Connery being Egyptian / Spaniard with a Scottish accent. Yeah,
what is this haggis you speak of?
Exactly. Yeah.
Revolting.
Yeah. They do nothing about his accent.
But yeah. I love watching that movie and anytime you get swordplay meets immortality meets an awesome soundtrack
meets overacting
I'm down.
Meets sparks. So many sparks.
Take a drink every time there's sparks in that movie.
You're fucking wasted.
You will die.
Yep.
You will go to rehab.
Healthy gulp too.
Don't puss out.
Don't puss out, bro. All right, yeah, damn, there's a lot of kung fu on this one. But yes, The Matrix and The Highlander, we'll spare you all those. Just go watch them if you haven't already.
We've discussed them ad nauseum.
Right. So another one I think is underrated, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time on it, is Kung Fu Hustle. Stephen Chow.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of my favorite action movies ever. And not just for the kung fu. It's very stylized, but it's so cartoony, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It is literally...
It's Looney Tunes meets Shaw Brothers.
I think that's just how it's described on the back of the DVD box. I think a critic said it's Looney Tunes meets Kill Bill. Not quite as much Kill Bill, but the movie's brilliant. It is.
Sure.
It is classic, Shaw Brothers in the sense of everyone in those old school 8 diagram pole fighter or one of those things. everyone had a gimmick. It was like, oh, and I'm the fastest hands in the West. He's like, oh, I kick stronger than anybody.
Right.
Everyone
I have
had
my
like
magic bracelets. I have my superior staff. I have my sword play. I have my whatever.
And so everyone had a thing. It was like their gimmick. There was like their superpower of all these legends of people in like classic Shaw Brothers and stuff. And Kung Fu Hustle does that. Like there's the 8-diagram pole fighter who went to this school. There's like the musicians who come, they're blind, but they can kill you.
Great scene,
They can kill you with
playing their
harp
guitar
or whatever
harp,
their mandolin, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. And so it takes all the classic things, like the classic tropes about kung fu movies, and does it through a Merry Melodies lens, and like what comes out on the other end is one of the most unique movies I've ever seen in my life. It's fucking brilliant.
It's almost in terms of, we were talking earlier about Dewy Cox is such a great send up. It's a mockumentary. It's sardonic and sarcastic and almost a satire of every musical biopic you've ever seen. Same thing with Kung Fu Hustle. Is it just combines all of the different aspects that you love about every classic Kung Fu movie, turns it on its head, makes fun of it, but it's still respectful and still really well done.
It has so much reverence for the source material that it's a send up of those things, but like I said, it you can tell that Stephen Chow, the writer director, is a fan of this shit.
Sure.
Like he openly talks about his love of Jackie Chan. He's like, dude, fucking that guy's everything.
Oh, there's direct images in the movie that are stolen from Jackie Chan movies or stolen from
not only
old 1940s movies.
I was about to say, even like silent films, you can tell this guy is a fan of cinema. American, just Hollywood, classic Hollywood stuff meets the Eastern cinema classics. Like he's a student of the game, and I think this is his love letter. I think he really started to lock in on it when he did
Shaolin Soccer.
Yeah, Shaolin Soccer. He was kind of getting his feet underneath him. Yeah. And then Kung Fu Hustle is, to me, a masterpiece.
I always get Shaolin Soccer and Bend It Like Beckham confused.
Yeah, I can see why.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's because Keira Knightley.
Right.
I don't know. But no, I think Kung Fu Hustle is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
And he obviously got a lot of money from that. Stephen Chow went on to direct Journey to the West, which is an ancient Chinese fable, and it's like it had the highest debut in Chinese box office history at the time. Which again, why I know that, I don't fucking know.
Really, over Curse of the Golden Flower or
it was like a major.
What was the other one? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yep.
Really?
In terms of just Chinese box office,
Chinese box office.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the highest I think opening weekend ever. So it was a big deal. That was
good for him.
That was sprungboard off of the love that he made, off the money and just fandom that he had for Kung Fu Hustle. So one of my favorite action movies of all time.
I see it.
If you haven't seen it, please do. Brilliant. What's next on your list, buddy?
Let's see. After that, speaking of, we were just talking about Jackie Chan, Drunken Master.
Ah, yes. It's
the perfect blend of action and comedy.
Fuck yeah.
I think that Jackie Chan, for all his American success with Rush Hour and
Rush Hour 2.
And Rush Hour 2 and Rush Hour 3.
3.
I think that he really hit his stride with Drunken Master in terms of, it's the perfect blend of classic Chinese 1970s cinema leading into 90s comedy, leading into the 2000s blend thereof. It's very avant-garde for its time, and I think that it may have been the thing that directly set American martial arts movies on their path.
Agreed.
In terms of just all we got to do is just mix awesome martial arts, some comedy, a little bit of Laurel and Hardy bits, and we're good.
Oh yeah, I fully agree. Yeah. It is the perfect. I mean, he fucking choreographed the thing, and he had a little bit of help, but probably a lot of help. But it's the perfect blend. Like when you think of Jackie Chan, it's the slapstick that he embraces so much, mixed with just incredible stunt work and feats that only he can do, that he's not afraid to do. And like, just even if he never was the star of something, if his work was only as a stuntman, he'd be one of the greatest to ever do it. But thank God we've been... I said it before on the podcast. I personally think Jackie Chan is... granted, I wasn't alive for Charlie Chaplin. I wasn't alive for a lot of the other people. In my lifetime, is the greatest, or one of the greatest entertainers I have ever seen. Of just being sheer entertained by what is going on screen and around you. His attitude about things. He has got to be one of the greatest entertainers of all time, in my personal opinion.
I would wholeheartedly back you up on that. I think that in terms of all-around entertainment, he can thrill you, he can excite you, he can make you laugh, he can make you cry. He's a great entertainer and really, really underrated in his time. I mean, like, the man perfectly blended action and comedy and drama and stunt work and made this literally set his own genre of movie.
Absolutely.
Like, the reason Tom Cruise does what he does right now is because of Jackie Chan. The reason Tony Jaa does what he does is because of Jackie Chan.
I mean, he's in fucking... He's in... fuck, what's the Bruce Lee movie? Way of the Dragon.
Way of the Dragon, yeah. He was one of the...
Or Enter the Dragon, fuck, yeah. He's in... I don't know why that...
Wait, we're talking about The Last Dragon?
I'll tell you in a minute why that was on my brain. But he's in Enter the Dragon. Like, he's been around doing this forever, and he's been giving you hit after hit. And
literally.
Literally and figuratively. Drunken Master, to me, is one of the pinnacles of his success. Like, it is perfect for him. So much so that they did a sequel. They sequelized it, but it's like a sequel in terms of, like, Desperado is a sequel, quote-unquote, to El Mariachi.
Right.
It's kind of a remake, kind of a rehashing. That Drunken Master 2 was released in 94, but we didn't even get it till the States at one of the height of Jackie Chan fandom until the year 2000.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how good Drunken Master is. They were like, take another bite at the apple. First one came out in 1978. They revisited it in 94.
Wow.
And then they released that movie 6 years later in 2000.
Wait a minute. So, from 78, the original Drunken Master...
Yep.
To 94
was Drunken Master 2, what we call it in America is Legend of the
Drunken Master.
In 2000, they waited another 6 years.
Wow.
That's how fucking good that premise of that movie is. So,
how do you know this shit?
Weird dude, man. I actually Googled that one, but during the podcast, I was trying to do it quickly. But Michael, we paused briefly just behind the scenes. But Michael paused. He was like, I knew what I was talking about, but I didn't want to spout the wrong information. And I was like, I needed to know if that was a remake or if it was a sequel, but it's kind of the same thing, so whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I know weird shit about weird shit. I just had to lock down the actual dates.
I appreciate it. Right on.
Told you, man. This is my shit. Kung Fu movies, man.
Right, so
you thought I was play pimping about these Kung Fu movies.
You thought I was play pimping.
Play pimping. The reason I should have my card revoked, the next movie, and I agree with you, another Kung Fu flick, agree with you 100% about Jackie Chan and Drunken Master. Return of the Dragon. And not Enter the Dragon, but Return of the Dragon is one of my favorite fucking... We've talked about it on the podcast, so I'll spare you a little bit. But it's Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris. And the movie itself is just, to me, is fucking hilarious. And the action is dope. And it's Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris. And they fight in the Roman Coliseum at the end.
Literally in the Roman Coliseum. Literally.
They're such warriors. And I've made this joke on the podcast before, but they allow each other time to stretch. That's how you know how serious they are. That in the movie, the characters look at each other and are like, I respect you as a champion. I respect you as a champion. One of us is not leaving here alive.
Right.
So I'm going to allow you 5 minutes to stretch and warm up. And they do.
Yeah, Chuck Norris is out just throwing side kicks and like high kicks and
Bruce Lee is somehow cracking every bone in his body and flexing.
Just flexing and
because he's the dragon, right? Yeah. Which I always thought was the funniest sound effect ever. And the meowing of the cat is what sets it off. Yep. It's got the great soundtrack. The boop boop boo doo boo doo doo.
Now, I love that movie.
Fucking great movie.
I love that movie also because of the action, but also because you and I have had one of the greatest interactions watching that movie, where we talked about how Chuck Norris had to invent his own chest hair curler
Yeah.
in order to perm his chest hair?
No, he does. I'll tell you the scene Michael's talking about. There's a scene in the movie where Chuck Norris is hired to go force Bruce Lee and this family out of
He's hired as the assassin, basically.
pretty much the dude to bully this family out of a restaurant, whatever. So Chuck Norris comes overseas, and this dude talks shit because they all got defeated by Bruce Lee, who somehow got roped into protecting his family, whatever. And this dude says something about like along the lines of like, and what's the American gonna do? Or something, talk shit to Chuck Norris and gives him a look.
What's his plan?
Yeah, what's his plan? Oh, I'll fight you right now. And one of Chuck Norris's assistants kind of jumps up and like he's Mr. Get Bad all of a sudden. And Chuck Norris has this fly-ass 70s fucking extra-wide lapel with this fucking...
I'm talking lapels that go like shoulder to shoulder, son.
Shoulder to shoulder. And this shit is like pressed clean as fuck, belt tucked into a straight belt
Pure
buckle.
polyester.
Fucking bowl haircut with a mullet. Like, and you see the chest hair wrinkling up out of it. It's fly as fuck.
He's got the gold medallion.
He does, and he's got the shades on. And his buddy that's talking shit, Chuck Norris just has this look of like, he stops him. He reaches his arm out and stops his buddy from like, I'll handle this. And he's just like, he has this look, and this is the joke that Michael and I always do, is like, do you see this fucking chest hair? You think I came all this way? And this shit wasn't premeditated? How fucking clean I look? You have the audacity to ask me what the fuck? Hold up. I gotta fuck you up in my clean ass suit. And I'm not even gonna wrinkle this motherfucker while I do it. So hang on a minute.
Do you see how pressed and perm my chest hair is?
Do you think this shit is coincidence?
You think this just happens naturally? No. I had to invent my own chest curler to make sure that I stepped out fly as fuck off this airplane.
How many avocados I had to squeeze the oil out of with my own bare hands to lather this shit up for? I flew all the way across the fucking ocean for. Hold up.
Look at these snakeskin
boots.
Look
at these motherfucking boots.
Do you think that these were made custom? No. I killed these snakes myself. I put my foot in their ass and they became boots.
Became a boot. Now, we would always just joke like, hold up, look at these motherfucking boots real quick. Hold up. Look at these motherfucking
look at this fly
diamond-studded
polyester white suit.
Diamond-studded fucking
not a mustard stain on it.
Hater blocker shades I got.
You think I eat fast food in this suit?
No. Fuck no.
I eat only the finest sushis.
Known to man. So yeah, return to that was long fucking. Yeah, but no, that look that he gives that dude is like, you see that? Hold up, motherfucker.
So point of the movie is Chuck Norris is fly in this movie.
Yeah, it's fly as fuck. And he respects Bruce Lee as a warrior, and so they stretch and they fight, and it's fucking brilliant. And the soundtrack's great, and fucking. And one of my favorite memories of that movie is I sat down and watched it in its entirety like 3 times, because when a DVD hit on Tuesday, or if I found it, I was like, what? And me and my cousin had nothing better to do, so we would just consume that shit like rabid fans. Right. And we found ourselves laughing so hard at it that I showed Michael the movie like a day or two later, a week later, but I didn't let him watch all the non-action scenes or the scenes that I didn't personally find funny. So I just put it on fast forward at 2 times speed and was like, yeah, this is what's going on here. This motherfucker says this, and then this. And then Bruce was like, what, motherfucker? So we got watched a 90-minute movie in about
26 minutes?
60, 70 minutes maybe. It was like, so I just gave him all he needed to know, and that was his first encounter with it. And I'm not saying I don't consider myself to be a comedian, but it was Michael and the Godfather Caleb. And for whatever reason, we had all just had enough drinks that I was just killing it that night in the narration. I don't want to try to like reenact it because I'll fail, but I was just on point, crushing it. And like, it was
you think you hot? You ain't slick shit. Yeah. Come on, let me fight you.
Yeah, and he busts his head in, and this motherfucker, and guess what he does? He busts his head in. I'm not even going to stop the movie now because you already know what's happening.
You're even fast forwarding through the fight sequences, being like, no, don't worry about it. We're going to get some cool shit. Head in. Oh. We're going to get some cool shit. Don't worry about it.
I'll tell you all the parts you need to know. So that was Michael's first interaction with that movie, and it's always a dear memory in my heart of like.
It was.
So.
That was better than the time you didn't describe the Matrix to me.
Yeah, I remember not doing that, which I can disprove something I didn't do. It's like fighting a ghost. Jesus, how do you win? Just make sure people are there to see you win.
Don't cross the streams.
Right. So yeah, we got one more each, and then we'll give you a recap. So yeah, what's your final one that you got there, brother?
I mean, we've already talked about John Woo and
Yes.
how brilliant a director he is.
I think I know where you're going.
And so, of course, I'm going to bring in my favorite actor of all time, Nick Cage. And of course, where does this meet in the cross section of this Venn diagram? We're talking about Face Off.
Face Offs, of course, sir. Which is a ridiculous premise for a movie, but it's brilliant.
That movie is fucking dope. I will watch that movie 24/7. I love that movie unabashedly. That movie is great. Nick Cage in pretending to be John Travolta, pretending to be Nick Cage, and then you switch it, and I get it from all angles. Like, this movie is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, the technology that exists to switch faces and voices is just ridiculous.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
none of that matters. Don't pay attention to the science. It's not Jurassic Park.
No,
okay?
at all.
They're not going to explain this to where it makes sense, okay? All you got to understand is we can switch faces. We're moving on.
That's a very funny description of the fact of the premise of this movie is more difficult to comprehend and believe than Jurassic Park. That is fucking funny right there.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're like, Jurassic Park is easier. The science of Jurassic Park is easier to explain than that of Face Off. Oh, that's great. That really makes my day to say that. Anyway, no, John Woo, man. Fucking
yeah.
Nick
He's
Cage,
got the
John
doves.
Woo.
He's got the slow motion. He's got a face-off on a boat. It's both of them looking in the mirrors being like, you're so sexy, but also, fuck it, we should die.
Yeah. And then they switch faces back. Like, everything's going to go back to normal at the end.
Face waterfalls. He's just touching his kid's face. Like, I love you. You remind me of my son. This kid's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like,
wait, this is my new family now?
Yeah,
fuck this.
Fuck this. Yeah, that's a wild movie.
I love that movie.
In terms of action, though, like, you think the action is just speaks to you somehow?
It's not that the action is so on point. It's not like Kung Fu Hustle or Ong Bak or something like that, to where the action is so on point. But the way they build up the action, it's almost like WWE.
That's a great way.
Like, it's almost... They put so much hype on the fight that it doesn't matter what happens in the fight. I'm just so hyped to see it fucking happen.
No, I'm with you. I think at one point, if I recall correctly, a boat crashes through like a second story of a warehouse.
Yes.
Which is just like, fucking how?
And then the boat doesn't explode.
No, either.
But the entire second story of the warehouse explodes.
Yeah, it's wild. And it's like, how did that just happen?
Welcome to John Woo.
Yeah, it hits like this tiny ramp and it just soars. And instead of it just crashing into like the first story like it should and slide, it just still somehow just... any idea how fast you would have to be fucking going on that boat? But that's just one scene of just over-the-top nonsense. So
that movie's great.
I'm with it.
In terms of just over-the-top ridiculousness, I mean, maybe that and Con Air might be side by side, but there's a certain point where I just love the aspect of John Travolta trying to do his Nick Cage and failing, and Nick Cage just being like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do Nick Cage."
Still be Nick Cage. Yeah. No, that's a great way to put it. He's like, I'm not gonna try to be John Travolta. I forgot long ago who was. We're just sticking with me. I read the script. The script reads me. I don't read the script.
So I was reading the script and I was thinking, fuck that.
Check that bingo box. It's your last warning. I don't know if you did that intentionally or not, but you set me up, sir, in a wonderful segue. So I really appreciate that.
I mean, we never talk about this off mic, so...
This actually was an accident. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's premeditated. You'll never know. You mentioned a Jerry Bruckheimer production.
Uh-huh.
And you think I might be going to Armageddon? You think I might be going to some Bad Boys 1 or 2?
Are you saying you don't want to close your eyes?
Nope.
Don't want to fall asleep?
Don't want to miss a thing.
But also Bad Boys for Life?
Yeah. No, I gotta say, he produced one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's kind of an adventure movie, but I'm going to call it an action-adventure movie. And
you're talking about Transformers Dark Side of the Moon?
Yes, Transformers Dark of the Moon. Yes. That specific one, not 1, 2. Yeah, I don't know which one that is, actually.
I don't either.
They're all the same. No, I'm talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, or the Caribbean.
Bam,
bam, bam, bam, bam, bam. Yeah.
Everybody take a shot of rum right now.
Yeah, please do. Please do for me. That's my drink of choice back in the day. So yeah, gulp that shit down. But no, man, that is a movie that if it's on, I just have to fucking watch it. Like, I love the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
For sure.
If it's on, like, I'm such a mark for those movies that I only need about 4 things to happen. I need betrayal to happen, or first off, what I need is a magic artifact. Set me on a magic artifact. Right. I need somebody to go after said artifact, and at some point they're going to cross paths with Jack Sparrow, who is the second point I need. Right. And I need him to make a very funny entrance, which he's done in every movie. In the first one, it was him sailing on the little dinghy as it sunk into the ground. The second movie is him shooting his way out of the coffin and paddling to the island.
Right.
The third one is you just see a zoom up of his nose and he's sniffing a ship, which is like kind of a weird way to do it. I don't remember. Oh, the fourth one was him. I don't remember all of them, but it's him in a stagecoach or whatever, and he busts out of it. So I need Jack Sparrow to make a funny.
You just described the entrance to every Indiana Jones movie, by the way.
I know. Pretty much.
Like, I need a soundtrack. I need an artifact. I need Indiana Jones. I need a guy in a hat.
Pretty much. I mean, or action adventure. I mean, undoubtedly, Indiana Jones laid the groundwork for this. And,
for sure. Oh yeah.
But of my love of the two, Pirates takes its toll. But so I need, like I said, I need Jack Sparrow to make a funny entrance. I need a betrayal. And I need Jack Sparrow to make a daring escape at some point while the theme song goes brum, 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 bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. That's it. I don't give a fuck what happens other than that. If you give me those 4 things, I will continue to watch these fucking movies.
Right. Here's the benchmarks I need to see.
Check those boxes and I'm fine. Like, I don't care.
Let's see. Fast and the Furious, I need fast cars, hot chicks, family, daring escape,
and a daring heist.
Yeah. And a rad
vehicle.
Rad vehicle jump. Like, what are we jumping today? Oh, we're going into space? Let's fucking do it.
Yeah. So, the first Pirates of the Caribbean, though, if it's on, I just watch it, man. I almost didn't consider it because it's more of an adventure movie, but they call them action/adventure movies.
It is an action movie, for sure.
If that movie's on, I just watch it. I fucking can't help myself. And I've seen it a million times, but I'll watch it probably a million more. So, yeah, it's got to be on my list. I have too much of an appreciation for that movie. So, I spent a lot of summers doing that.
So, of the Pirates movie, which one would you recommend the most? Like, I know one kind of sets the tone, but is there one that you would put over the others?
I mean, really, I think you answered it already. I think one is pretty good. I think one is... They're stretching the taffy at that point with other things that most people don't care about. Like, most people I don't care about the stakes of this character. Like, I don't really care about the stakes of Will Turner or Keira Knightley in that. Elizabeth Turner. Yeah, Elizabeth Turner. Yeah. Sorry, I drew a blank there. But I don't care about their stakes. I just want to see more Jack Sparrow doing pirate shit and betraying people and being silly and over the top and running around drunk while he makes no sense with the plot line. Like,
they could literally turn that into a limited series where it's just every episode Jack Sparrow gets into a new adventure, and it could be like 44 minutes of what is Jack Sparrow getting involved in this week, and I would watch it.
All right, quick backstory real quick as well. And this is fan speculation, but I think it was in the script and it got taken out for length, and also they wanted to never really, kind of like Rick and Morty, how you don't really know Rick's backstory. Mm-hmm. This is what it is, though. So, ultimately what it was is the Black Pearl went down to the bottom of the sea because he broke a deal with Davy Jones. And so, whatever. So, or it was the Pearl. And the Pearl was taken away by Davy Jones because he struck a deal. Okay, here's the deal, though. And this is why Jack Sparrow became a pirate.
Uh-oh.
The East India Trading Company told Jack Sparrow to transport cargo for him that was illegal. He said, okay. He found out that it was slaves. And so he ended up not doing it. And what happened is he didn't do that. So he was excommunicated. He struck a deal with Davy Jones to escape the East India Trading Company to say there were 100 men on board is what happened. He said, you free these 100 men.
So he was transporting slaves and just decided,
I'm not going to do that. Struck a deal with
Davy Jones, and so in exchange for 100 lives.
That's why he has 100 years of service in debt to Davy Jones. He said, "You owe me 100 souls."
Now, is this like fan theory, or is this like
apparently was in the script but got taken out because they didn't want to reveal his backstory?
Okay.
And so when he got caught by the East India Trading Company, they branded him a pirate.
Right. That's why he has the
P on him. Yeah, the branded P on him.
Not P like Donald Trump P, but like
yeah, right, right. But actual brand of the letter P for the Sesame Street fans. So that's the backstory apparently. So that's why he was branded by. And they mention it very quickly in the third movie. There's a couple lines of dialogue that hint at it about like, I didn't know what the cargo was, and that was the trade, and that's why he's talking to Beckett about it, saying like, "Hey, you betrayed us. You're a pirate under these rules."
Right. Okay.
And so that's why.
Right. I never knew what it was.
I wouldn't have taken the deal. And
right.
So when they sunk the Black Pearl, is what it was. The East India Trading Company. He had struck a deal with Davy Jones to resurrect it as the Black Pearl, and so hence he's like, "You."
So it was the pearl he resurrected
as the Black Pearl. And hence. Okay. It's like I'm kind of skewing the timeline here a little bit, but it's like hence why he is indebted.
I know this is like the episode 0 backstory of Jack Sparrow. Yeah.
And so when the East India Trading Company sunk his ship for freeing his slaves, he's like, all right, well, you owe me. I resurrected your ship back.
Right.
You owe me
100 years.
100 years, 100 souls. So boom, guess what? And so
that's what sets off the whole sequence of events.
Yeah, and so that's why Jack Sparrow doesn't really give a fuck. He's a pirate under. Like, he's always a pirate through and through. And that's why they're always like, the whole joke is like, you're the worst pirate I've ever heard of. They mean that literally. He's the worst pirate.
But you have heard of him.
Yeah. He did not follow through on his pirating of his goods, which he was, whatever. So he's like, but you have heard of me.
Wow.
So anyways, that's why I'm really into a lot of these movies. So, Pirates of the Caribbean, man. It's my shit. So that being said, I'll give you a quick recap. My top 5, The Matrix, The Raid Redemption, Return of the Dragon, Kung Fu Hustle, Pirates of the Caribbean.
My top 5, the Carl Urban Dread.
Yes, sir.
The Protector.
Yes, sir.
Highlander, because it's the greatest movie ever made.
Factually.
Legend of the Drunken Master, also Drunken Master, depending on which one you want to watch.
It's one of the same. Jackie Chan.
Yeah, just any Jackie Chan movie. Yeah. And then Face Off, because John Woo meets Nicolas Cage meets John Travolta meets gloriousness.
These 2 hours of your time and money.
But it's great.
No, it is, man. Well, cool. So yeah, that was a long segue after just talking about John Wick creeping into my top action movies. I was very curious what yours were. So went a little longer than we expected, but
nah, we're good.
We're good, my brother. So on that note, anything else you want to talk about?
Doggy Style?
That's right. Michael has a half-empty bottle of Cavassier. That means
seems like we've reached the end of our conversation. Sir. So this is Leon Phelps signing off.
Yes, sir. I would say on that note to go watch a movie
and talk about it with somebody that you love.
Bam, 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 bam.